are stories of strivers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.
So October is here. It's kind of a get real month. Hey, it's kind of like a business end of the year kind of a month. So let's kick things off with the real fright. Okay, 2 words: credit score. Da da da. No, I don't want you to be scared of that. You must embrace it. Small but powerful, sending shivers down most people's spines with thoughts of bills, with debit orders, those heavy loan repayments post-COVID, especially.
Yeah, I'm happy I put my phone on Do Not Disturb for the first, so I don't get those SMSs. But you're right. I mean, if you manage it properly, then you wouldn't have that tingling shiver down your spine because of fear. But we get it. Credit scores, it can be a little bit confusing, but they don't have to be that terrifying. With a little financial know-how, we can all feel more in control, and that's what we're after. And that's Absa's I Grew It campaign with Tumi Morake. It is here to break it down and help us stay on top of our credit game. Take a look at this.
Sure, guys, Christmas came early for me this year now, so I decided to spoil myself. I'm gonna eat with you every day and not just on special occasions. Like, our mothers did with those stainless steel pots that only worked once a year. Never. Summer bodies. Gym up, play weight. Now, we all know how hard it is when those cents aren't making sense. But yeah, we'll make it make sense as we all learn together to rewrite the story of our finances. In today's episode, No Swipes has a credit issue. But not the kind of credit issue you're thinking of. So Shaheen, I think I know what a credit score is, but I think it's better if you explain to us exactly what that is.
Based on the way that you manage your finances, a score is ascribed to you because we all love score. We all love to be competitive, right? So the better you are, the higher your score is in the soccer game, obviously the better you are. The worse you are in terms of not paying on time, missing payments, etc., missing debit orders as an example, that adversely affects your credit score as well. What you need to do is to make sure that you understand what are those factors that have given you a low or negative credit score. So it's just about being responsible financially in understanding those elements that result in a negative credit score.
Okay, Shaheen. So if I understand you correctly, I have to spend money that isn't mine and pay it back on time to prove that I can be trusted to pay back the money that I want to borrow in the future.
Something like that.
Find out how to be more responsible with your spending and your borrowing with I Grew It. Absa, your story matters.
All right.
Love it.
So credit score.
Buddy, I think about this from so many different angles because it speaks to the season of life that you're in. And if I think of what I would have done going into that COVID, like for me in particular, it was 8 months of being out in the wilderness with nothing coming in. If I didn't have the credit score that I had going into that period, I would have been dead in the water. Coming out of that black hole, thinking that I don't even want to see, I don't even want to look. I've been so focused on kind of just bringing us out of that dark pit. I didn't even want to know it. When I did actually reconnect and get all the information, it was so empowering and so validating because I could see how much progress we had made. And when you start paying back bank credits, personal loans, those sorts of things, clearing a credit card, to see what it can do to your credit score and what that unlocks for you moving forward. It's such a great thing, a tool to have.
It's important, and that's why we need to understand credit score, because it's not a bad thing to go into debt. It really isn't. To borrow money or to go to the bank and say, I want to buy this or I want to buy that.
At times it's essential, yeah.
But what is important is how you manage it afterwards, which is going to affect your credit score. And if you have a good credit score, if you can prove that you are somebody that's reliable in terms of paying off your debts, you can, if you want to buy something new and you don't have the immediate cash funds for it, you can easily then talk to the bank and they'll say, like, well, this guy, well, you know, he's actually, we can depend on him for paying back the debt. So that's why credit score is so important, and that is why it is important for you to manage your debt effectively. I get
have
how
a
difficult
plan,
it is.
yeah,
Have
and
a
you
plan.
in order to do that, you need to be honest with yourself. You really do have to take responsibility for where you are, and it's amazing. Yes, it can be sobering and a little bit terrifying, but it also gives you the tools to be able to move forward. So we want you right now to take those first few steps. Set aside the fear, head over to our socials and let us know your thoughts and your comments, especially if you've got some great stories to reinforce what we're talking about. Let us know what your tips and tricks are for making sure that you pay your bills on time and you can be consistent.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to catch the full episode, you can get the full breakdown on credit scores. You can go ahead and check out Absa's YouTube page to level up your financial literacy, because this is really, I think, important, especially in the times that we live now, is to manage your finances properly.
And when you see that green, oh, it's so lekker.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.